Hi guys, welcome back. Hope you're all doing well. Today, I'm going to go over a guide how to do the Prophecy Dungeon on Explorer mode completely solo. This will be targeted for new and returning players, or for anyone who needs a bit of help getting their Explorer dungeon clear. I'll go over all the mechanics, weapons to use, and general hints and tips. So as soon as the dungeon starts, you'll start in like a warehouse, just go through the portal, and then you'll arrive in this room. Now I'm going to show you how to do the mechanic, but there is a skip that I'll also show you. So you can see here, there's two podiums, one white, one black. What you need to do is kill knights to drop motes. When you pick up 5 motes, you'll be able to dunk them into the pool of light. Now, if you're standing in darkness when you kill a knight, you'll create dark motes. If you stand in the light when you kill a knight, you'll create light motes. You'll be able to tell if you're standing in darkness or light by the edge of your screen. You can see at the bottom of the screen there, the white kind of miasma coming from the bottom. This indicates that we will generate light motes, and then when we stand in the darkness, the miasma turns black. So we're currently doing white. You can see the white miasma coming from the bottom because we need light motes to dunk into the light pool. But if we needed dark motes, we would stand in the darkness, somewhere the light wouldn't touch, until that miasma turned dark. When we killed knights, it means the knight will drop dark motes. So once you've dunked, the door will open, and you keep doing that until you reach the end, or you can go for this skip, and it's relatively easy to do. All you need to do is have an eager edge sword, whip it out, swing, and just keep jumping up the pipe. Just keep attacking all the way up the pipe till you get to the edge, and then jump up, and that's you. And then you can eager edge across. If you're a Titan, Lion Rampants works, Warlock, Heat Rises, Hunter, Stompies will work with a grapple grenade. Now for this encounter, it's very similar to the open encounter, except we have 2 dark and 2 white, and once we dunk, the rings around the arena will change, causing the light and darkness parts of the plate to change. So if you want to dunk in the darkness pool first, stand in the darkness, take out a knight, get the motes to drop, like so, jump in and dunk. Then the rings around the arena will move, creating more light or more darkness depending on what you go for. Do this until all pools are cleared. Once all pools are cleared, the damage phase will start for the boss. Now let's talk loadouts. So the main damage dealers I would recommend are Lord of Wolves or Legend of Acreus. Legend of Acreus can be purchased from the kiosk in the tower. Lord of Wolves can also be purchased, but I think it's more of a random drop. NA and clear primary and secondary will also help. For me, I really like the multimac that Banshee gives with kinetic tremors and attrition orbs. And any secondary like a wave frame or an air denial frame grenade launcher work great here as well. In terms of classes, Titans, Arc Titan, Storm's Keep, Curious of the Fallen Star and Thunder Crash work well. Warlocks, being on a well with Sanguine Alchemy works well. Hunters using a Terror with Orpheus Rigs would also work well. So we can see damage has started here, so I'm just going to go up, pop my barricade. Remember Titans use flashover and defibrillate and blast from the artifact as well. Just make sure you don't hit his shield, he will try to boop you, but just manoeuvre around him. The taken goblins will shield him, so make sure you clear them out and don't waste your super like I did. So probably better just to cast your super at the very start. But just keep hitting them with Lord of Wolves or Legend of Acreus, depending on what you prefer. Take out the goblins as and when you see a shield, and yeah, very simple damage phase. Just keep spending all your ammo until you're done, take out the goblins when he's shielded, and that'll be you. An easy to face solo here, so once damage is over, we start the process again. Again, if you're comfortable, there is a skip that you can do to make this part of the boss encounter quicker, and it's if you want to jump up high in between two and then detonate, you have got a chance of knocking both of them off at the same time, but it's not very consistent, so it's definitely worth a shout to try and reduce the amount of times you need to collect motes, but don't worry if you don't get it. It's a very short encounter anyway. And just remember, this is Explorer mode, so if you die, you will not wipe, and this is exactly what Explorer mode is for, learning the dungeon and getting some loot. So if you die, don't sweat it. Coming to the last damage phase here, so dunk the last smoke, fucking head in, clear some ads, super, barricade, and just delete them with Lord of Wolves, or if you decide to go Legend of Acreus. Just remember, if you're using Legend of Acreus, remember to hit with a melee, shoot 3 times, reload, hit again with a melee, shoot 3 times. That way you'll get more damage. But that's it, first encounter done, easy peasy. Let's move on to the transition between the first and second encounter. So stand on the platform with the purple light, and you'll fall down this hole, and now we're at the Wasteland encounter. And already you'll be able to see symbols telling you exactly where to go. And what we need to do here is we need to follow Toland about, the little shining ball of light. What we need to do is get to the area where he is, that the game shows you, destroy 3 blights, pick up Toland, and he'll move to another section of the Wasteland. Now, I'm also going to show you the secret chest that you can get here. So when you reach this structure, 3 columns poking out the ground, just crouch, there's your chest. And there you are. There's usually a Minotaur here, don't worry about him, he's quite harmless, just run away and move to the area. We can see here, 3 blights, we want to destroy all the blights and then run into Toland to move on to the next area. Now there will be 3 hobgoblins, they will snipe you from quite a distance, make sure to take them out, as it just prevents any stupid deaths. Other than that, there's a couple of taken phalanxes here, and a lot of thrall. If you want to keep using Lord of Wolves, they're very good for taking out the blights. Also, Choir of One from Season of Echoes is also very good for taking out blights. So we've picked up Toland, the game is telling us where to go next, jump on your sparrow, and off you go. Again, hobgoblins, take them out if you can, makes your life a little bit easier. Pull out Lord of Wolves or Choir of One or whatever weapon you want, and destroy the blights. Again, clear ads if you wish, and hobgoblins too if you wish. Final blight done. Let's find Toland. There he is. Hello Toland. Run into him, and away he goes. On to the next one. So as you can see, any weapon is fine for taking out blights. Lord of Wolves and Choir of One, just do it that little bit quicker. On the left hand side you'll see the way is open, and that's our cue to know that the encounter is done. So just spiral to the exit, the game will tell you exactly where to go, and that's us. Next up we have the box encounter, which is a non-boss encounter. My recommendation again would be Lord of Wolves or Quiro 1, paired with an LMG and a kinetic primary, or you can use a sniper. For classes, I would use Arc Titan with Insurmountable Skull Fort and Thunderclap. For Warlocks, I would use Prismatic with Bleak Watcher and Feed the Void paired with Getaway Artists. For Hunters, I would use Prismatic with Threaded Spectre and Ascension with Gifted Conviction. So you'll notice all around the room there is 4 circles. What will happen when we start the encounter is a light will appear in one of the 4 circles, and directly below them we will see a pool of light or dark. And it's the same mechanics as before. Stand in the light, kill knights if you want light motes. Stand in the dark, kill knights for dark motes. Now, to spawn the knights, you need to kill the 2 hobgoblins that will spawn above you. Once these hobgoblins are dead, the knights will spawn in, and then you can proceed to take them out. So, the game is telling us where the light is. Well, it's a light pool, we've got light motes, so we dunk, then we jump into the middle to move to the next room. As we're falling down the next room, quickly turn around, we can see the light there, and we can see that it's light motes we need. So look for the hobgoblins, take them out, the knights will spawn. We need light motes, so make sure we're standing in the light. Light motes there. Again, standing in the light, light motes again. Go to where the game tells you to dunk, and dunk. Once that's done, jump into the middle, and repeat the process into the next room. Game telling us light is there, and it's light motes again. Just make sure you don't fall into the middle there. Look for the hobgoblins, take them out, and the knights will spawn. We need light motes, so make sure we're standing in light, and we get light motes. Hobgoblins again, to spawn the knights in. Do some ad clear if you want. Make sure we're in light. Pick up the motes, and dunk direct below where the game is telling us. Move to the middle, onto the next room. This time we need light again. Kill the hobgoblins, spawn the knights, stand in the light when killing them, pick up their motes, and dunk. Always reload your LMG as you're going up, and it should be reloaded by the time you fall back down. Light motes again. That's me getting into a light side of the room, taking out the hobgoblins, waiting for the knight to spawn. Got his motes. Look for the other knight, he's behind us. There we go. Just watch because motes can fall down in this room. Into the middle, onto the next room. Reload your LMG, and it'll be ready for the next room. Now you see this realm responds to your actions. This is the final room, and 2 big phalanxes are going to spawn. Don't worry, they're a lot easier than you think. Super 1, bring out Lord of Wolves, or acquire one for the other, take him out. As you can see, no surges or anything, and it's still absolutely melting. No problem at all. And there we go. Nice, quick, easy encounter for encounter 2. Grab your loot, and we're moving on to Rainbow Road, the transition from this encounter to the final boss. So just jump up above the chest when you collect your loot, and keep running down this pink corridor until you reach a wall. Once the wall opens, you'll notice that you're back in the wasteland, but don't worry, we don't need to do any mechanics here. Just pull out the sparrow and turn to the right. If you keep following Big Kel Echo, he'll disappear as soon as you go near him, and he'll lead you to Rainbow Road. It's called Rainbow Road because it looks exactly like the Rainbow Road courses you would find in any Mario Kart game. Once the door opens, you'll be transported into a very synth-wavy corridor. Just keep going on, try not to get motion sickness. When you reach the end, you'll see Rainbow Road sprawled out in front of you. Now, if you have a skimmer, you can just skim as you like, or if you're comfortable, you can go on a sparrow, or if you'd rather take the scenic route and walk, there are platforms all the way down to the bottom. There is a secret chest in here, and I'll tell you exactly where that is. I'm just taking the scenic route here to show that you don't even need to go on a sparrow for this bit. The sparrow is more fun, but the ribbons can twist and turn, and some paths aren't very clear, so if you just want to be safe here, or not waste any time, the platforms are probably the easiest route to take. But if you want to go driving, by all means, pull out your sparrow and just drive down the big ribbons. The jumps are very easy to do, and that pyramid down there, that's where our secret chest is. Don't even need to worry about ads, they'll not take you out or anything. Just keep making your way down. If you have a skimmer sparrow, then you can just skim directly across the full thing. Every so often, when your grind mechanic runs out, you can jump off, pull the sparrow back out again in midair, and then just grind again, and you can just keep constantly doing that the whole way through this course. But you can jump off, try and land in a ribbon. Don't worry, you can't die to fall damage either. But you can see there, I pulled it out, jumped off, and pulled it out again. Allow yourself to drop if you want to see exactly where you're going, because there is quite some height in this encounter. Safe and sound on the ribbon. Sparrow out. Into the final pyramid. When you enter the pyramid, turn to your right. There's a wee hole in there. Jump across. Turn left. And there's your chest. Second secret chest from this dungeon obtained. Now, just head back out. And the floaty squares in the air, that's what will soak us up and take us to the next part. In the next part, there'll be quite a lot of thrall waiting for us, but they're fairly simple, just take them out. There you are, lots of thrall. Your grenade does the trick, you just run past them. And here we are, final boss room. In terms of damage loadouts for this encounter, I would highly recommend Queen's Breaker's Bow with the free burst sight, paired with particle reconstruction and limit break. In terms of other weapons, any add clear primary, and then a fusion rifle to take out knights and ogres in this encounter. Titans, again, you'll be on Storm's Keep with Arc Titan, Curious of the Fallen Star and Thundercrash. Warlocks, I would recommend a well with Sanguine Alchemy. Hunters, Prismatic, maybe with Celestial Nighthawk would be good, just so you can get a good chunk of damage at the start of the boss damage phase. So for a fusion rifle, Scatter Signal with Controlled Burst, or Riptide with Chill Clip would be good. Primaries, any splash perk and a damage perk. So for me, no survivors, Deal Clip, Incandescent, Volt Shot, Jolting Feedback for the submachine gun from Revenant, Recluse with Repulsor Brace and Destabilising Rounds is also good. Or what you can do is you can have a primary weapon with Withering Gaze. I think Jokshire's Longsword from the Crucible can have Withering Gaze. At the start of damage, you can scope in, proc weaken on the boss, and then use your super. Ensure to equip a couple of weapon surges, so it'd be arc surges for Queen Breaker Bow, and also a recuperation mod to allow health on orb pickup. And your damage resist mods should be a solar, a void, and a concussive dampener, because we will be dealing with a lot of taken knights and a lot of taken hobgoblins in the boss room. So to begin, plant your flag and rally, and then jump into Toland in the middle to start the encounter. You'll see here there's 3 pools of either light and dark, and again it's the same mechanic as we've done twice already. Stand in the light, kill knights to get light motes, stand in the dark, kill the knight to get dark motes. Each time we dunk in a corner, an ogre will spawn. Take out these ogres, as they can cause you a bit of trouble. Pull out your fusion rifle and just take them out as soon as they spawn. There's a lot of scions in this room, and if you don't keep on top of them, they will multiply quite a bit. But we can see here, I've got my first light mote, check into where it is, dunk it, jump off, wait for the ogre to spawn. He's dead. Take them out as quick as you can, and this will stop any deaths, because they can be a pain in the backside. The knights will just keep spawning intermittently. The scions are on about a minute cooldown, so the knights will spawn quicker. The scions will appear about every minute. Just collect your motes, dunk when you can, take out the ogres as quickly as possible. Titans, good idea to set up a barricade. Warlocks, put a rift down while you're waiting for them to spawn. That way you're secure when you take them out. Just get dark left, stand in the darkness, kill the knight, get the dark motes. Dunk it, kill the ogre. Be careful when you're dunking, as Kel Echo can shred you a bit with his fire gun, but we have solar resist on, so the damage taken will be reduced. If you need to farm up orbs for your weapon surges just now, by all means do it. But when you're ready, step in the middle and we'll move to damage phase. If you have a surge set up, now is the time to change to it. Jump in the middle, and here we go. Now you notice at the top straight away, Dark Entropy. This is because we're not standing near the boss, and if it gets up to 10, we will die. Also, Kelly Echo likes to throw out big massive blights. If we are hit by the blights, then we'll be teleported back a couple of platforms away from him. Titans, you can manoeuvre around these blights. Take out hobgoblins as and when you're jumping between the platforms. Make sure to stand in a circle to decrease your dark entropy stacks. Don't worry too much about damage in here, because at the end we can get a safe spot and just dump all our ammo. Watch out for the blights. Take out hobgoblins as and when you move up. If you manoeuvre yourself behind one of these pillars, the blight will actually splash on the pillar. Do not stand directly behind it, because it will still catch you with the splash. So you can use these to block the blights, but don't stand right behind them, because you will still get trapped and sent back a couple of platforms. Now all the hobgoblins are dead. Move to the back of the room on the stairs. Titans, set your barricades. Warlocks, put your wells down. Hunters, stand toward the back of the stairs, find some cover, and just mag dump into them. This is a very comfortable 2-phase. You can see his blights can't touch us because we're standing on the stairs, so the blight will actually catch on the stairs before it reaches us. Once you're done, jump in, and we'll be teleported to a brand new room now. Again, there'll be 3 pools, consisting of light and dark, and we need to find out the best spots to produce light or dark. For this room, this bit over here is best for light, this bit I'm currently at. This is the best point in the room to generate light motes. The rest of the room is good for generating dark motes. Take your time, don't stress. Get your motes. Dunk. Get ready for that ogre. This room is very big, so if you need to run away to regen health, collect yourself, find out what you're dunking next, by all means, find a safe spot and gather your next step. Going for light motes now. As I said, this side of the room is good for generating light, the other side of the room is good for generating dark. Here comes the ogre. Take him out as quick as you can. One more to go, and we're looking for dark motes. Remember to keep on top of these scions, because as you can see, they do multiply quite quickly. It can start overwhelming you. This wee bit here is good for dark. It's like a wee arch in the room. There we go, dark motes collected. Last dunk and ogre. He's dead. Now, if you need this time to farm ammo, orbs of power, anything else, these scions will spawn every minute. So take your time, generate ammo, collect your orbs, get ready for the next damage phase. Change to a damage setup if you've got one made up. And here we go. Again, you can set up here, but just watch your dark entropy. You don't want to get that too high. There's a quick manoeuvre around the blight there. He's on the move. Take out hobgoblins. Make sure you run into his circle, so your dark entropy stacks decrease. I was standing behind the column there, but because I was too close to the pillar, it splashed me and I get transported. If it happens, do not stress out. Quickly make your way back into his circle of influence. Take your time, take out hobgoblins first, they're your priority, and then any damage you can do to the boss while avoiding blights, do it. But our main goal is to get to this back of the room, set up shop, and then mag dump into them. Titans, barricades, warlocks, rifts, hunters, get to the back of the room, and there we go. That's prophecy complete. Relax, wait to be teleported to the next room to collect your loot. And that's it. Hopefully this helped you get your first clear, or just refresh your memory on how prophecy works. Good luck in all your weapon drops. I hope you get what you're looking for. I appreciate you checking out the video. If you found it useful, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, all that good YouTube stuff. Helps me with the algorithm. And I'll see you soon for more Destiny 2 content. All the best. Cheers.